We're back. Hello, everyone. We're back with more Mass Effect. Saying, how long ago did you work at Arby's? You listen to GTA stations, Faye? Is that true?
I'm still amazed your father got his hands on a piece of a Reaper.
He was so excited. Your claims validated years of work.
Did you take appropriate steps to prevent indoctrination?
Of course. It was completely shielded, and we all had regular psych evals. But now, thanks to the artifact, I'm indoctrinated anyway, aren't I? Might as well be a Arachnite drone waiting for orders from the Queen.
2014? Okay, so quite a while ago.
You studied the Rachni?
I wrote my dissertation on them. My father thought it was a waste of time, but now, it might actually help us understand Leviathan.
Okay.
In what way?
We think of the Rachni as telepathic, but there's really no such thing. At short range, the Queen uses pheromones to give orders. At long range, she uses an organic kind of quantum entanglement communicator. Whatever Leviathan does must be similar, entangling particles to stimulate neural activity. It uses the artifact to establish a connection, and then it controls the mind of anyone near it.
Hey, Loco. Need a hand?
What brings you down here, James?
Heard you're closing in on the Reaper killer. Anything that can scare those bastards has to be worth a look.
That's what I'm hoping. We didn't detect any energy emissions from the artifact.
But the Reapers were able to use the artifact to trace Leviathan somehow.
My theory is that most of the time, the artifact simply acts as a receiver. We'll only be able to trace Leviathan through it when it actively takes control of someone.
As it did on the asteroid.
Right. Unless it needs something, Leviathan doesn't bother communicating. I guess it and my father had something in common.
You said Leviathan's control was similar to a quantum entanglement communicator, which is untraceable.
Yes, but this isn't a natural QEC. Leviathan has to send a pulse through the artifact to alter your mind and create the quasi-QEC effect.
And that can be traced.
Right. Just like at the dig site. The Reapers were tracing the signal by activating the artifact. My father wanted to be at that dig site. He was getting too old for long digs, but he hated being stuck in the lab. He nearly missed my graduation because he was on a dig. Showed up still wearing his field gear. God, he'd have hated dying here.
Anne, I know this is hard, but if there's anything more you can tell us.
I don't think there's anything more I can tell you. But maybe I can show you.
What are you saying?
The artifact only sends out a signal when Leviathan's controlling someone.
Because
So
of
that it
daddy
controlled
issues.
me. You could trace the signal.
You mean let it take you over? That's too dangerous.
It's my call, not yours. You said I'm your last chance to find this thing.
We have no idea what will happen.
If we wait, the Reapers will get to Leviathan first. I'm the only one here who's spent enough time with it to do this. You're looking for something to fight the Reapers, Commander. I'm looking for the monster that murdered my father.
We still don't know what we're looking for.
Well,
Then
no.
let's find out.
I am actually really interested in finding out,
Commander,
so
this
let's do
thing
this.
we're doing with Anne sounds dangerous as hell.
Noted. Edie,
Energy signature locked in, waiting for activation.
you sure about this?
Yes. I'm sure.
I'm gonna be right here.
Okay.
What is your...
I'm ready.
James, drop the containment.
I feel like James is gonna get...
Shield is dropped.
I feel like
Artifact
he's gonna
online.
get indoctrinated.
Anything?
Nothing yet. Wait. There's something. I feel a chill.
Dust Ball calls in the...
No trace yet.
Hell!
Signal is tracking. Maintain connection.
Turn back. The darkness can't be breached.
Maintain connection.
Listen to me. I found you, and the Reapers are right behind me.
You have brought them.
You are a threat.
So are you. I've seen what you can do. The war needs you.
There is no war. There is only the harvest.
Edie, do we have enough?
Partial lock. Maintain connection to narrow the search.
You heard her. We got enough. I'm hitting the shield.
Do it. Anne, are you all right?
Yes. I think so.
Did we get anything?
Yes, but it will take some time to search. Coordinates sent to the Normandy.
Good. It's a start.
Commander, I sense something else. Anger.
It knows we're getting close.
I think it wants to kill you.
Come on. Let's get you some help.
That wouldn't be the first time Reapers wanted to kill me. Return Normandy. Seriously though, why was he randomly just down here? What's his stake in that? Anyway, yeah, saying Guff's ball, it has a organic quantum entanglement system where it basically takes over the mind and body of anyone that goes near it. That's why he had to get an X size, because when he was raiding with us, we were actually raiding with his ball. Retro video game remixes, and you're loving it? You should, Faye. There's a lot of really good ones out there. I found some really good Pokemon ones. Right in the middle of fights, you go into a deep level. No, turn back. Vigorous Ajax armor. The Blood Dragon armor. What do you think of this armor? I think it's sick. Right next. I kind of want to play Dragon Age for you guys now too. Just I love Dragon Age. Alright. You keep thinking of doing another DA run? Me too. I've only played through Dragon Age twice? Wait, you're in Sigurd's Cradle? I've already done that. You mostly like 2 because internet fanboys hate it? I mean, that's a fair reason, given that, you know... I didn't dislike number 2. I really liked number 2. I like the characters, I like the combat in it. The only complaint I really had about it was that it, they reused areas constantly. That was my main complaint. It wasn't enough to make me dislike. This planet's called Not Us. Not Us. Onyx. Briginta Petra. Yeah. But I mean, like, they not the reusing of like Kirkwall. Like, being in Kirkwall is fine. That's absolutely fine. But you go into a cave inside of a building in Kirkwall, and it looks exactly like a cave somewhere else, and all the caves look the exact same. All the insides of buildings look the exact same. It was just a lot of reusing of assets when they could have. I do hate that WoW does that. I hate when games do that. I understand more so why an MMO does it, but when you're self-contained to one city, then it makes less sense to not put your assets into making more unique areas. A low-density planet in comparison to Earth, Triginta Petra is also drier, with wide land masses that are largely desert. Its dextrochirality native life has yet to make it out of the oceans, primarily producing cyanobacteria, which provide a limited amount of oxygen in the atmosphere. A handful of Turians colonized the planet and attempted to introduce land plants. Their chief hurdle was the lack of good topsoil, which required imports and sophisticated farming practices to overcome. The farmer's maxim on Triginta Petra was, if you can last 5 seasons, you officially know what you're doing. Preliminary scans of Triginta Petra suggest that the Reapers judged its population too low to harvest and struck its colonies with kinetic impactors. They then moved on, trusting that the destruction of the food supply's main arteries would finish off the inhabitants of such a biotopolar world. You're reusing an argument. Faye told me about it. That was nothing where you were leading me. Dextro ration. Okay. Alright. Laconics. Laconics is far enough from its F-class star that its temperatures are almost tolerable to sapient life, but its extremely thin atmosphere makes it almost as hostile as a vacuum. As such, the planet was uninhabited. Mining drones, piloted from orbital stations, would brave the high gravity to extract iridium, osmium, and other valuable heavy metals. The Reapers did not overlook Laconics in their sweep of the system, and the orbital stations are now destroyed. That sucks. Sucks to be Laconics. Search unsuccessful. Scans of planet's surface show no sign of Leviathan's energy signal.
No sign of Leviathan at these coordinates.
Alright. Searched all of those. Let's head down to Mill. Okay. So we got Lisser, Akira, Chalcos, Stelvos. Parapso. Start with nothing.
I found something.
Chalcos. Chalcos is notable for being one of the few garden worlds in the Milky Way that is also part of a binary planet system. Both it and its heavenly twin Selvos are in a stable orbit with one another, in addition to orbiting the star Mill. Chalcos' greenhouse gases led to a hotter climate than Earth, and the solar eclipses caused by Selvos, while common, are not frequent enough to be a good solar shade. This did not prevent a colony from springing up, a large Asari and their varying species of mates. It was far from idyllic settlement. Like many terminus worlds, it was rife with farmers growing psychoactive substances, armed gangs, and genetic engineering that would be illegal if in council space. Aside from the maddening heat and photo period, it was quite uninhabitable. The Reapers turned Chalcos to rubble. Emergency broadcasts caught in the light cone coming from the planet indicate that the Reapers used ground forces to invade and spent little time harvesting. As they departed, the Reapers bombarded the planet from orbit, either because they needed to reinforce another front quickly, or had gathered enough data on genetic engineering they needed. Sucks to be this planet. Husk neural map. Well, that's gotta be good, right? I think this is the first time I've ever not just pissed off the Reapers just being in the area as them. There it is. Why didn't I find that last time? Malisi, a silicaceous asteroid. Malisi is rich in olivine and pyroxene. The Asari colonies in Chalcos set up habitats on Malisi, mostly to oversee a large-scale project in which smaller asteroids would be flown to Chalcos. There, the olivine would be recovered and used sequestering the planet's carbon dioxide. As many Asari projects, this was expected to take decades before generating an appreciable effect on the planet's climate. The station has been bombarded by the Reapers, and the effect on the integrity of the asteroid is unknown, but it does not appear to be breaking apart just yet. Also, don't think if the Reapers have been here, then why wouldn't they have found Leviathan? I figure they'd have the ability to detect it. So no evidence of Leviathan's energy.
No sign of Leviathan at these coordinates.
Alright, that's everything in this place. Side top. Alright, so we got 3 planets here, it looks like. We got 2181 Arian, 2181 Desponia, and Jupiter.
Signal confirmed.
1 signal. This planet was only spotted recently by human space probes, with no records indicate it has been explored since. Scans indicate it was covered in an ocean of liquid water and has a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere. It is highly likely to have at least some photosynthetic life. Orbital period 1.5 Earth years. Day length 22.7 Earth hours. Dude, would you live on this planet? A day is only 22 hours long. Search successful. Scans reveal a faint trace of Leviathan's energy signal. Closer examination required for confirmation.
These coordinates match our trace of Leviathan.
Alright, let's get in there. Who are we bringing? All day. 4. We're bringing Javik again. Alright, Javik. Hey. And 3. We're bringing Liara. We haven't brought Liara in a while. That's a neat outfit. I like it. Oh, Javik doesn't get too many costumes, it looks like. Okay, so we're gonna change up our shotgun here to be this one. That's fine. Yeah, alright, that's good. Good, and Liara. Bigger number. Alright, we got some points to throw in. Okay, so I'm gonna spend some points here and get the weight limit up. My life will. Now when we level up again, we'll get Flare up to the next level. Alright, Liara, you got 30 points to use. So, inflict 25 damage per second to lifted targets. That. Okay, experiencing Larry Food by 35%. Okay. So, guys, we can learn Stasis, Warp Ammo, and Warp. What do you guys think? Rips your enemy apart at a molecular level. Warp Ammo. Blast vulnerable opponents already lifted by biotics for damage bonus and weaken the armor of grounded targets. And Stasis. Stop an enemy in its tracks with its powerful Mass Effect field. No effect on armored targets. Great. So, do you guys want Stasis, Warp, or Biotic? Which one? Liara, why do you only have 360 health? Holy crap, you're weak. Dudes 11, what are you thinking? Stasis, Warp Ammo, or Warp? Thinking Warp? Alright, we'll do Warp. Warp sounds good. Increase recharge time. There we go. Increase damage by 20%. Damage and duration. Increase weapon damage taken by a target by 15%. Power damage. Alright, now when we level it up, we can. Perfect. Alright, Jared. Oh, fuck, we haven't even. Oops. Vengeful Ancient. Boosts biotic and offensive abilities. Okay, well, that's not great. But Javik was in the last area with, like, no power ups at all. Increase power damage by 40%, increase health and damage. Oh, okay, guess we're getting that. Alright. Squad mate, shield regeneration by 20%, power damage. I think that's ultimately the better choice. Alright. Okay, there we go. Yank an opponent helplessly off the ground. Alright, so Dark Channel seems to be unique to him, so we're going to learn that. Plague an opponent with a persistent, damaging biotic field. Effect transfers to a second target if the first is killed. Effect's length depends on Dark Channel's duration. Only one field may be active at a time. So we'll increase its recharge time by 25%. Oh, it's basically Rack. Damage by 20%, sick. 30% power duration. Yeah. More damage than the last amount. Better, so we can kill. 50 damage to armor and barriers. Heck yes. Anything that does more damage to armor, I like. All right, guys. So we get lift grenade, pull, or slam. What do you think? Totally frogging. Hello. Slam. And welcome to the slam. Force. More force. There we go. Put so much force into it. We don't have enough points for that. That dude looks tight. That dude is a Prothean. He is the last known of his race that has not been indoctrinated and turned into a collector.
Cortez, what's the status on the probe we launched?
Tracking it now, Commander. I've confirmed that Leviathan's signal originates from this planet. Heard how, Anne helped us locate it. It's pretty spooky stuff.
How you doing, Jabbo?
Given the circumstances, what are we expecting to find down there?
Javik, I have
His
been.
team called it a Reaper killer. From what we've seen, it doesn't want to be found.
It doesn't have a choice. We're here.
So far, I've only successfully slept with Liara.
If this is a Reaper, how can we ally ourselves with it? They are monsters, never to be trusted.
Nobody says we have to be friends with it. But if this thing has the rest of the Reapers worried, then we need its help.
Commander, new readings from the probe. It's narrowed down Leviathan's location. You're not gonna like it.
It's in Vietnam, isn't
Let's
it?
hear it.
There's nothing but ocean. I show a concentration of structures floating on the surface, but the probe's giving us a signal below that. Way below.
Underwater?
Looks that way. The shuttle should still be able to reach it.
Oh, this looks cool. What is this? Are we on Camino?
The Kodiak is spec to nearly 1,000 atmospheres, but I've never actually tested that.
Guess we're gonna find out.
Status! Some kind of pulse hit us! Systems are shutting down! Brace for impact!
Alright, sure. Well, I hope we're braced for impact. That's Liara. She's a blue lady. She's an
I
Asari.
survived far worse, Commander.
How's the shuttle, Cortez?
Checking now. I'll see if I can get power restored.
Copy that. We'll look around.
Look at all this. Whatever that pulse was, we're not the first to get hit.
Could be Leviathan's last line of defense.
Denaped, Adam Brooks. The hull will hold. That's what they say. That's what they say. Whatever God watches over Ezo prospectors came through for us, despite a hell of a smack in the waterland. In the MSV Monarch displaces enough air to stay afloat. We're all thankful we're alive. Captain Pratt even ordered the champagne broken out. Hell's perspective, I guess. The big puzzle? What downed us in the first place? Kunshin says it wasn't lightning. It was some kind of pulse. A directed energy weapon seems likely. But where would it have come from? There's no radio traffic. The whole bloody ocean is silent. Tonight, the techs are going to try and reroute the power to get a good mass drop before getting the thrusters firing. If all goes well, we'll be airborne in 24 hours.
Any idea how long?
Old enough not to stick.
Old enough to stay. Oh, shit.
It's one of the artifacts.
Explains why no one gets out of here.
Shen Kunshin. Attempts to get airborne have failed every time. The damage done by the pulses, if you could call it damage, doesn't make physical sense. The connections aren't fried, but the Monarch thrusters disengage. The distress beacon is likewise dead, but most of our electronics are still functioning. It doesn't seem to be a result of shielding. Without a distress beacon, we've got no chance. I hear bad things about ration supplies, and I think that's why the captain ordered us to collect rainwater and set up tents on the deck. It keeps us busy. Brooks has been talking about using Triton's weapon to try blast fishing. I agree, but I haven't seen anything that looks like fish. I wish I were an optimist. I don't know if we should have destroyed that, but probably for the best. Hey, more credits. I figure since nobody's gonna be here anyway, we may as well loot the place, right? You You don't know why you haven't played Mass Effect? Oh, Froggo, stick around. Hang out for a bit then. Well, first off, we need more of you here, just because we need more Froggo in our life. But the games are pretty awesome. This is DLC, so you're not even spoiling anything that's main story. Even if someone's there looted anyways. I mean, yes, but... Dr. Chai Lin. The rations will hold us 2 days more. Brooks sent out a drone to the bottom, and it came up with a bioluminescent plant life. None of it is edible. I warned the crew not to eat it before my tests were done, but Romero and Mullins tried it anyway. They haven't stopped vomiting, and their dehydration wastes fresh water. When Kunshin's team on a raft over... Kunshin's team on a raft over to the wreck. We sent Kunshin's team on a raft over to the wrecks. They came back with spheres, some kind of organic-based alien technology, and nothing to eat. I want to believe they'll give us some answers, but if they had helped the other ships figure out what happened, they wouldn't be here now, would they? It's getting cold. I still think that we're dealing with something Thorian related. Captain Abel Pratt. Ramos is our first death. He tried to throw one of the spheres overboard, and something happened. Kunshin and maybe 3 or 4 others started beating him like a madman. I wish I was quick enough to save him. They showed no remorse, not even comprehension. It's clear I am no longer in control. I held the funeral to keep order. The crew would have been at his body like wild dogs. We compromised. He'll be tethered in the water to attract scavenging animals that will catch food. That we will catch for food. If he doesn't get a bite within 3 of this planet's days, we cut him loose as a water burial. We've sealed the Tritons off. They're dangerous, especially given the crew's mental state. Okay, we leveled up too. That's a bit scary.
Looks like a damaged Atlas. Different though, and it's not flying Cerberus colors.
It may not be Cerberus technology at all. Regardless, it doesn't work.
This is a place of death. Those ships look like they've been drifting for years.
Fargo, how do you feel about a place of death? It's actually really cool.
Look! Up there!
Reapers! They were right behind us!
Protect the shuttle! Okay, situation. Swapping out the parts, Commander. Hang on. Cortez! Almost there, Commander.
Get off the wall, dude. Ooh, ragdolled that house.
Cortez, what happened to almost there?
Ah, fuck.
Development, Commander. Fixing it now.
I wish I wasn't getting caught on things. That'd be really nice. Oh, no, I'm on. where's the ammo crate? There was one around here somewhere, I think. Damn, I missed.
Damn it! Cortez is in trouble. Get to him.
Fuck you, Marauder. Prago, do you like this style of game? Yeah, we're headed there, dude.
Okay, we're
Alright, we got it. Alright.
Nice work, Commander. But there's a development. We need to talk.
Alright. Got it. We got it. Oh, shit. Okay.
Status.
Shuttle's a mess, Commander. That pulse knocked it right out of the air. We're not going anywhere.
The Normandy could extract us.
Same thing would happen to her. And the landing won't be as pretty. I'd say Leviathan has some sort of defense system in place.
Then we aren't getting out of here until we find it. So how do we do that?
Well, you might be able to use a mech. Looks like it's rigged for diving.
Diving mech?
It's a Triton model. Military grade, repurposed for deep sea exploration. As long as the seawater hasn't corroded, it should be good to go.
Well, if that's what we have to do, let's get started.
I haven't played the Gear games. Would you recommend them, Fargo?
Seriously considering?
First, we'll need to restore power to get that cargo door open.
How?
It appears we are.
These old Ballard-class ships are equipped with exterior power sockets. They use them for emergency repairs. We can strip the cells from the shuttle and use those for juice. Hang on, I'll get you started. Got a cell for you, Commander. Find somewhere to plug that in.
Oh.
Another power cell for you,
Here they
Commander.
come! Get another power cell, Shepard! We'll hold them off!
I think taking Liara with me is probably not the best, Get up.
Got another cell here.
Alright, alright, alright. Yeah, fuck off, brute. I ain't got time for you right now.
Cargo doors are opening, Commander. That mech is all yours. It should still have weapons capability.
Oh shit, I'm probably gonna die here. Yep. I didn't realize those three were all sitting there. Fuck. Alright, try that again. You ever tried a Gears game? Excuse me? How the fuck am I suddenly taking so much damage? Actually.
Cargo doors are opening, Commander. That mech is all yours. It should still have weapons capability.
Ow! Where the fuck did you come from? Alright. Yeah, you probably could have saved yourself some effort and just sent out all these brutes beforehand. Anyway, Liara has proven to be fucking useless. Yes, would you recommend it?
That did it. Looks like we're in the clear now, Commander.
Anyway, the first two are awesome, the third is pretty good, the last ones are meh, but still cool nonetheless.
Walk the mech back to me when you're ready to dive. I should check it over first.
You also just like the Hordy games. They're the mods, but they get too Hordy for you. All the Doom PTSD says. You're going through Doom Eternal right now on the last couple missions. You don't mind a couple Hordy maps, the entire game being that hasn't worked for you. You couldn't get into that. Is Destiny pretty Hordy? I don't remember it being like that in the original, but oh shit, there's an item there. I don't want to jump in there yet.